Hey everybody, how you doing out there? And welcome back to another ranking video. I'm doing the Sleepaway Camp movies. We got 5 movies in this franchise here. No matter what people want to say about Sleepaway Camp for the Survivor, yes, it is a movie to a little bit of a point there. But I have actually reviewed each individual one. If you're only catching me on the ranking video and you're going to kind of get a little bit of the highlights on this one and you want more details, definitely go check that out, those videos after you actually check out my ranking here. Now, 2 things I like to say is please be respectful in the comment section. I think most people, or at least in my little bit of circle I have, people have always been nice, and I do appreciate each and every one of you out there. Plus, what is your ranking of all 5 of these, or even the first 4, if you want to go up to just return to Sleepaway Camp? That's fine. Give me a comment down below. I'll be kind of curious to see if anybody matches up with any of mine by chance here. Well, let's get ourselves started. Number 5, the worst of the worst, and it does slightly pay me to put this in last place, but it is Sleepaway Camp for the Survivor. Now, the stuff that I do actually like about this movie is that I like the 3 new characters that we get. We have Allison, who's actually telling a story about Angela Baker. We have this park ranger, and we have a hunter, and they do the best that they can of what the director tells them to do, what the script tells them to do there, even though it's not a whole lot. I do actually enjoy the little bit of time that we spend with these characters here. And I also do like the way that this starts off at like the very end of Sleepaway Camp 3. It's like the last like minute or 2, very like quick chopped up of what's going on there. But on the flip side, this is the clip show movie where probably about 50 minutes or so of the movie is actually just of the first 3. Like this Allison person is talking about Angela, about what she's gone through from the first one all the way to the 3rd one. And it's just like, you know, all you can do is just go watch those movies again instead of actually ever watching this one here. And then really the final other thing is, and I even did mention this in my review, is why in the world is there a hunter at a summer camp where you would actually send your kids? I know it's only 2 people other than him that's at this summer camp, and they're both adults, but it made no sense. Like, you're a hunter at a summer camp. Why? Who knows why? Number 4 is going to be Return to Sleepaway Camp. The only reason why I didn't put this at my number 5 is that it is actually at least a full, real movie, and it's not clips, and it's great to actually see like some of the nostalgia characters back, like Ronnie. It's great to see Ricky and Angela come back. You get Isaac Hayes as chef in this, which is kind of cool. You also actually have a really cool paintball game scene that goes on for like maybe a couple minutes. I'd say maybe the way it starts off and the way it ends, it's like, but somewhere in the middle, I actually had a little fun with what was going on there. And there was one really cool death scene, what I like to call a bunk bed death. I really did like that. Or on the flip side, every character in this movie is just very annoying. This is like the worst that they got. Instead of the director getting the best out of their actors, he got like the worst, it felt like here. And whenever it came to someone like Alan, the main character that we follow, as I said, he's annoying like everybody else. He is a bully. He's a crybaby. I could not stand that this is who we had to follow for like between 85-90 minutes of this movie with this kid. And people were actually picking on him. And I feel like he's actually more the bad guy than the people who are actually being the bullies, honestly, because he's doing the same thing back to certain people. It's like, you know, he's kind of a weak link, so some people pick on him, and he picks on people who are actually weaker than him. Most of the other kills in this movie are just horrible. It's like CGI kills. Not all of them. There actually are practical effects kills, but I just didn't actually give a shit about those ones either. I didn't like the story here. I didn't actually like the direction on this here. It's like you got the director who came up with a really great first Sleepaway Camp movie. He comes back to doing this movie, and it was just like, why? Why would you put yourself through that misery of trying to make a movie for so many months of filming with your actors? and it comes out as a piece of shit film. I guess I will never understand that. My number 3 is going to be Sleepaway Camp 3 Teenage Wasteland. Now, what I liked about this movie was I really liked the very first kill. Unfortunately, it was the only one that I liked. It was such a messed up death, for especially back in 1989. I just thought it was great there. And there was this one character, once again, only one character that I really liked. His name was Barney. He's actually a cop. He's very believable with his acting. He's such a very nice guy when he needs to be. He's such a mean person when he actually needs to be on the right people and nice to the right people on that I really do like. But on the flip side, all the other characters in this movie here, yes, including Pamela Springsteen, Angela, I really thought they all dropped the ball. Most of these other characters, other than Angela and the cop, are very forgettable in this movie here. It just felt like that their acting wasn't, I'll say this, their acting was at least passable compared to Return to Sleepaway Camp, but still was just like they were just okay, honestly. The kills were actually very weak in this here. You have this husband and wife that the wife is just a lazy woman, and the husband is just a horny character who just wants to actually screw this one teenager here. So it's almost really, there's a lot of like, one notes when it comes to these characters here. And the ending was so anticlimactic. And my number 2 is going to be the original Sleepaway Camp. Now, what I like about this is I like Ricky, which is Angela's cousin. He's very entertaining. He's fun. He's funny. I love his dialogue in this. Sometimes he even swears like a sailor. And this character is supposed to be like 12 or 13, but I think the actor was about 4 or 5 years older, but he still does a great job. Angela, I'm kind of a two-parter on her because in the good side of this, whenever she's just staring you down, it's very creepy, very scary. Of course, the music always, or the score always helps on that there too. Kind of like a Jason Voorhees or Michael Myers. Not as good as them, but I think she still does a really good job. I definitely like a character named Judy, and she is actually one of 2 girls who was actually a bitch to Angela, but I like her because she has a good balance where there are some scenes I really do like her in, and other scenes I'm like, I could see why you are a total bitch. So I do kind of like that there. There's a character named Ronnie. He's one of the camp counselors. He might even be like the second boss, I think. And he does a great job. He's just one of those cool, calm, and collect kind of characters here. Definitely really good in this one compared to Return to Sleepaway Camp. I like the story. I like the direction. I do actually enjoy in this first movie the mystery of who the killer might be. I thought was really good. And then the ending of this movie, all I'm going to say is just like I said in the first one, damn. What a good ending. Now, on the flip side, this movie is more serious than cheesy, and unfortunately for me, I don't mind sometimes watching a serious horror movie, but I like more of the horror comedy than anything else. The kills in this, a lot of them are actually off-screen kills, and then you don't see them until the aftermath later on. I was actually not that impressed with a lot of the kills. Some of the makeup job was actually really good, the practical effect makeup, but other than that, I just didn't really care personally for the kills there. You got the other half of the bitch, Megan, who I think that the actress does a good job playing it. I just think maybe she may have played that character a little too well, because I really felt like watching this character, it just felt like that you were just born to be evil and born to actually be a bitch, and I did not like that one bit. So kind of going with the negative with Angela, when she starts talking, she's very quiet, don't like her dialogue that much, but she really kind of comes off going from being very scary by like staring you down to like whispering, and it was just like, nah, just you kind of lost me as soon as you opened up your mouth and you had your first dialogue to say. And then the final thing on this one is I cannot believe that they hired a pervert cook in this movie here. It still baffles me. I know it's a movie, I get it, but it still baffles me on why they did that there. And my number 1 movie, obviously, is Sleepaway Camp 2 Unhappy Campers. I love the hell out of this movie. This is a great movie. This is a great sequel. Minusing my first watch, the rest of the time I always had fun with this movie here. And since this is my favorite, let's just jump into the dislikes because there's not that much. We actually have a couple who has a really odd sex scene in a bathroom. You actually have to see that scene to actually believe it. And for me, I do chuckle here or there, but there is a lot of me rolling my eyes. There's a character who actually dies in a porta potty, and I don't mean just like Damien from Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning. They actually die inside the toilet. A little too disgusting for me. And then when it comes to the ending, just like Sleepaway Camp 3, it's anticlimactic. I don't know which one I actually think which is worse than the other. But on the flip side here, I definitely love the dialogue. This is a funny movie. I feel like it's every minute or every 2 minutes I'm always chuckling at something, no matter what exactly. If it's the action or the dialogue of someone, it is just really, really good. I love the tribute that they do to other horror movie stars like Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, and Leatherface. That's actually pretty cool. Some of the characters I really like is I like Angela Baker. This one's played by Pamela Springsteen. This is her first time playing that character, and she does a great job. She's serious throughout the entire movie. Whenever she has some dialogue, I just kind of, like, she says it seriously, but it's just, again, funny for me than anything else. There's another character named TC, who I think is actually, he's just like Ronnie from the first one. I actually think he's even better in this one here. You got Molly, who is actually the sister, the Charlie Sheen, Emilio Estevez, so that's actually kind of cool. And, you know, she plays this really sweet girl throughout the entire movie. She could be sensitive at points, which she does a really good job when she's crying. And I just really think that she does a really good job, as well as her brothers actually do when it comes to acting. The kills in here, even though there's a lot of off-camera kills, I really do like when they show the aftermath. It's pretty gruesome on some of them there, so I do like that. But if they do actually show the kill, there's actually some cool ones on that there too. There we go, my good people. There's my ranking of the Sleepaway Camp franchise. Thank you folks for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.